The village is named Madhuban. This village seems trapped in a strange time warp. Outside, when the city bustles with noise, mobile banking, and the booming world of new businesses, the people of Madhuban still record their daily expenses in their minds, not on paper. In this village lives Arafat, an ordinary schoolteacher. Since childhood, Arafat's dream had been to illuminate every home in the village with the light of education. But reality was different. By the end of the month, his salary would be gone, leaving no savings. His daily routine was the same: school in the morning, tutoring in the evening, checking notebooks at night, yet inside, an emptiness lingered. One day, under the village's banyan tree, an old peddler arrived. In his bag were birds of many colors, but among them, one green parrot seemed to call out differently, with a strange sparkle in its eyes and an odd curve to its beak. The peddler said, "Master, buy this parrot. It talks, it sings, and even teaches people." Arafat laughed in surprise. "Teaches? What do you mean?" The peddler, in a mysterious voice, said, "What this bird says is not just words, it's lessons that can change lives." For a small price, the parrot was bought. For the first few days, it did nothing, just sat in the cage, staring with its colorful eyes. But on the 7th night, the parrot suddenly spoke. "Give to yourself first. Save before you spend." Arafat was stunned. Was the parrot teaching financial lessons? On the 2nd night, it said again, "Divide your money into 3 envelopes: future, needs, and wants." At first, Arafat thought it must have learned some child's memorized words, but gradually, each of the parrot sentences began to feel real. That very day, Arafat made 3 envelopes and divided his money. Days passed. News spread through the village that Arafat no longer asked for loans at month end. Instead, he was saving. He was even teaching the village children how to save from their small pocket money. But the mystery wasn't over yet. One night, the parrot said again, "If you want to secure the future, find the golden box. It is in this very village." The golden box? Where? How? Arafat's heart suddenly began to pound. Is the secret of that box really hidden in the village, or is the parrot's magic just imagination? He couldn't sleep all night. Even when he went to school in the morning, he lost focus. In his notebook, he wrote "golden box" with 3 question marks beside it. The villagers at first laughed it off. Some said, "Can a parrot really reveal secrets?" Others whispered that treasures were once buried beneath the old banyan tree. But Arafat felt a strange trust in the parrot. So far, every word the parrot had spoken had proven true in his life. Saving, dividing expenses into envelopes, these had made him more stable than before. So this time too, he wanted to believe. One night, the parrot said again, "The expenses you are not writing down, those are the key to the box." Arafat was baffled. Not writing expenses? Oh yes, he often forgot to write down the little money spent on snacks. Even when he bought small things from the market, he wouldn't note them in his ledger. From the next day, he began recording every expense in his ledger: 10 taka for tea, 20 taka for a pen, even the smallest change for bus fare. Within just a month, Arafat realized that though his income was the same, unnecessary expenses decreased. Earlier, he had to borrow at the end of the month. This time, he was able to save some money in the future envelope. Suddenly, he felt this envelope itself is the true golden box, because inside it lay his future security. But the parrot deepened the mystery again. "This is the first box. There are more." Arafat asked in astonishment, "What do you mean by more boxes?" The parrot said, "The first box is savings. The second is investment. The third is knowledge." The humble village school teacher suddenly felt as if he had stepped into an unknown world. Investment? He didn't even know how to invest money. And how could knowledge be put into a box? That night, the parrot sang a strange song. The soil where you sow seeds gives crops. The mind where you sow knowledge spreads light. Arafat didn't fully understand, but curiosity stirred inside him. It felt like the song was a clue. So, is there really a hidden box buried in the village soil? Or is the parrot leading him toward a new world of investment? The next morning, Arafat decided he would begin a journey to learn about investment. But how? Whom would he learn from in the city? From whom would he gather knowledge? The parrot just sat in its cage, staring. In its eyes seemed to lie some hidden answer, not yet revealed. On a holiday, Arafat decided to go to the city. He had heard there was a library there with books on finance and business, and also people who taught investment. Reaching the city, he went straight to the library. On an old wooden table, his hands fell upon a dusty book. Its title was Seeds of Money. On the first page, it read, "Money only sleeps when you hoard it. When you invest it, money works too." Arafat shivered with excitement. This was exactly the echo of the parrot's words. Beside the library sat an elderly gentleman. Smiling through his glasses, he said, "You wish to understand, don't you? Investment means sowing seeds today to reap harvests in the future." Arafat asked the gentleman, "Then how should I begin?" The man replied, "Start small. Invest a part of your income in shares, mutual funds, or even a small business idea. But the greatest investment is in your own skills." Hearing this, Arafat remembered the parrot's song. The soil where you sow seeds gives crops. Returning, he decided to start a small reading group with the village children. Each month, they would collect a small subscription to buy books. It was like a small investment, but actually a seed for spreading knowledge. On the other hand, from his tutoring income, he put aside a small part in an envelope labeled investment. He still couldn't start a big business, but he believed the parrot's words would not go in vain. But that night, the parrot said again, "You've opened the box of investment. Now search for the third box." In a trembling voice, Arafat asked, "The third box?" The parrot closed its eyes and whispered, "The box of knowledge, hidden beyond the mountains." Mountains? Near Madhuban lay the old Satbai Hills. Villagers said sages once practiced austerities there. So, was the parrot's final mystery hidden there? Arafat's heart throbbed wildly. He knew, however long the journey, he must now set out in search of the third box. Arafat decided, this time he must go to the mountains. To the villagers, the Satbai Hills were a place of fear. They said strange lights glowed there at night, wild animals howled, and those who entered the caves never returned. But trusting the parrot's words, one morning Arafat set off. He took only a lantern, some dry food, and a small notebook where he recorded his savings and expenses. After hours of walking as the sun was setting, he reached the mountain's base. Moss covered the slopes, and the cave's mouth gaped like a strange smile. Suddenly, the parrot's call drifted through the air. What you seek is not just books. The box of knowledge is habit. Arafat froze. What kind of mystery was this? Entering the cave, darkness swallowed him. In the lantern's glow, he saw carvings on the stone walls, letters that seemed like ancient mantras, or perhaps lessons from someone's life. There it was written, "Learn a little every day. Write a little every day. Share a little every day." Arafat felt this was the true box of knowledge. Not gold or silver, but the habit of continuous learning. He realized, like savings, knowledge too accumulates. Learning little by little becomes the greatest asset of the future. And when invested, that knowledge makes a person strong. Suddenly, a soft light began to shine from inside the cave wall. Within it appeared a small wooden box. On it were inscribed the words, "Knowledge is freedom." Opening the box, he found 3 old pens and a few blank notebooks. A symbol that writing, learning, and sharing were the true wealth. Arafat hugged the box tightly to his chest. Returning, he started the Envelope of Knowledge with the village children, where each week they would write down something new they learned. Just as money collects in envelopes, so too would knowledge collect. That night, the parrot said again, "You've found all 3 boxes. Now combine them to create life's true treasure." Arafat asked in astonishment, "Then what is the true treasure?" The parrot looked with mysterious eyes and said only, "You've found the 3 boxes. Now combine them to create life's true treasure." Hearing this sent shivers through Arafat. He had found the box of savings, the box of investment, and the box of knowledge. But how could these 3 together be turned into a treasure? That night, the parrot suddenly flew out of the cage. Arafat rushed out. Through the village's dark alleys, he followed the parrot. He arrived once again beneath the old banyan tree where his journey had begun. There the parrot stood on a branch. Its eyes burned like fire. The parrot said, "Keeping the 3 boxes only on paper is not enough. Use them in action. Only then will the true treasure open." Arafat thought, "I have the savings envelope, but merely hoarding won't help. I have the investment envelope, but just investing money comes with fear. I have the knowledge envelope, but if I don't share it, it will wither." Arafat decided to do 3 things: turn savings into a habit, investment into a plan, and spread knowledge throughout society. In this way, the 3 boxes would work together. Within a few months, an astonishing change took place. Arafat's pupils now not only studied, but also saved money. They recorded expenses, made small envelopes, and some even began raising cows and goats as investments. Meanwhile, the envelope of knowledge spread light throughout the village. Every boy and girl brought something new each week, some poetry, some mathematics, some technology. These small seeds would one day grow into a great banyan tree. The villagers said, "This is truly a treasure. Along with money, wisdom too is growing." One night, the parrot spoke again, its voice calm. "My work is done. The true treasure is not in any box. The true treasure lies in habits, discipline, and the light of knowledge." Saying this, the parrot spread its wings and flew into the night sky. Its green body slowly disappeared beyond the starry sky. Arafat understood the parrot had not taught him magic, but rather the true formula of life. This was the magic of the parrot that everyone needs in life. The parrot's lessons changed not only his fate, but the destiny of the entire village.